Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. So today I want to pour the Christmas ornaments again, and I have the Elegant Christmas bulb mold from MoldsandShapes. I really need to think, when I want to pronounce it, it's always funny. It's so long words, but I got it sorted. You saw me pouring my resin into 2 cups. I'm using the Artline Extra Honey. It's a high viscosity resin. And I thought I go with some natural colors more. This is the burnt orange from Dipon. It's a mica powder, and I put this into my resin. I made it not too strong, not too opaque, because I want to get sort of soft results, and that's why I'm not doing too much of the mica powder. I also used the black pigment drops from Etta Art, and I add a little bit of black mica powder towards my pigment drop, and this is my second color. So it's just black and the burnt orange. I think those colors match very well with each other, and I'm quite curious how this is gonna turn out. What I want to do, I want to pour differently techniques, and we will see. And there I have it's a reddish like holographic or chameleon glitter from Etta Art. I think it's the hypnotic red. I think so. It's called hypnotic red. Sometimes, like I said, you always need to think about the names of everything, and it's not easy always. Anyway, I mixed my colors, and you see me now adding my glitter on the top where the hangers are of all the ornaments. It takes a while, but I thought I'd take you with me for the whole process. And I made my video a little bit faster. So please have mercy that I'm still, doing the top of my hangers. But this belongs to the whole process. But it's already done, and I can start pouring. And for the first 3 ornaments, I want to pour a sort of web effect. What I'm gonna do, and there, I need to clean my mold a little bit. What am I gonna do? I'm using my burnt orange. I'm pouring from the sides. You see it just along the edges. I do it coaster by coaster or ornament by ornament. I always call them coaster because I'm so used to say coaster, so please have mercy with me with that as well. Anyway, so there I have that color, and now before I start with my black, I pour some clear resin into the little mold, and then I'm pouring the black at the edges on top. You see it there. And then my mold was still not really full, so I'm altering again with a little bit of clear resin, and I will be adding also the burnt copper again at the edge, and also a little bit of the black. I think I did a little bit of the black, so I need to think about it. What did I do? Did I add black? No, I didn't. See, it's always the same, you think you did something and then you didn't do it. But anyway, again, the burnt orange, I fill up my mold with my clear resin. Then I'm pouring here my black along the edge, and then I will have a look how much space I still have and see what happened. My glove was so sticky that it got stuck on my cup, and I made a mess. But I thought I just let it dry there. I'm not fiddling around because I was afraid that I would move my mold too much, and then my patterns are gonna get ruined, and this I didn't want. So the next one exactly the same way. Along the edge, the burnt orange. Then I'm again adding my clear resin, and then there comes the black after I've removed some bubbles which were trapped on the bottom of my mold. There's the black, and then again some of the burnt orange. I just love pouring those Christmas ornaments, and I think I said this in my first video. I'm so happy that Molds and Shapes made these bulbs because I was longing for this, you know. Anyway, now I have my next pour, and I'm pouring clear resin on the bottom or into the molds. Again, 3 molds. In total you have 10 molds in there, 10 bulb designs, and this is great, this is awesome. And now I just make a puddle pour, just pour the black into the mold. You see it there, just the black. And then I'm using the burnt copper. And look at this color, I just adore this color. It's a very nice color. And Rebecca from Art of Chester Cat, she actually introduced this color to me, and I really like it. And now I'm filling up my mold till it's at the rim. There you need to be careful that you are not overfilling anything. And then I take some glitter because I still have glitter in my cup. And I'm adding the glitter in the center where I have my clear point. It won't be like a dragon scale effect, I can already tell you this. And mainly when I'm only doing like 2 layers and then very soft in such a small mold, I get a different result. It's not a typical crackle or dragon scale effect. So yeah, it will be slightly different. And you can see with my first 3 coasters that the resin is really moving very nicely. It won't close completely as well because of the way I was pouring, but this I was aware of. So again, I start with the clear resin into 3 molds. And then I'm doing what I'm doing with the Terra Flora technique. But first I need to remove some bubbles. I'm starting with the black and I'm just going in a spiral. Try to follow a little bit the shape of the mold. And this is what I'm doing for all the 3 molds that I still, that I'm busy with. How can I say this? Sometimes I think, I'm just talking nonsense when I'm doing my voiceovers. I don't know. So if I'm talking too much or too much nonsense, you just have to tell me. Now I'm just making my spiral with the burnt orange, and then I'm taking my clear resin and I'm filling up my mold again, just slightly, so that it can do some patterns. And probably you heard the knocking, and it was my boyfriend who just came home with his bike and he needed to knock the door. It's always the same when I'm doing my voiceover, something is happening. Anyway, so I thought now that for my last one, I'm doing a 3D bloom because the resin already got thicker. And I thought, this might be perfect doing the 3D bloom by, almost just needing the mica or pouring with mica powder, because for the black I have mica powder and just 1 drop of the pigment drops, as you remember. And I have here the burnt copper again. And now I'm just doing my pattern for the bloom. So you see here just a simple flower. And I'm hoping, of course, that it's not dropping ugly, because when you use mica powder and when your resin is not thick enough, it can easily happen. So I'm hoping it's going to work. But I've done flowers with the Artline Extra Honey before. And when it has the right consistency, it works perfectly. For the rest, I'm just curious how all these ornaments are gonna turn out. For the ones where I did the sort of terra flora technique, you see that I'm adding a little bit of glitter again. So I have a little bit more interest there, but for the 3D bloom, no glitter in the middle or in the center, and for the first three also not. So, and now there is the close-up and you see my mess again where I just spilled my resin. I was so angry about myself, but well, there you go. You can see that the resin really made some nice patterns, and I'm just curious how this is gonna look like when I demold. For the flower, I'm very curious. But for now, I'm quite happy, and let's wait and see. So this is the next day, and I poured in the evening, and this is the next day, so early in the morning, and you can see they are still a little bit bendy, but it's okay. But I was so curious and I could not wait. So I just tried to loosen them all, get them all out of the mold, and then we can have a look how they turned out. I'm very curious. I'm sure they are all slightly different, especially with the 3D bloom. It's completely different technique. But just let's have a look. So I'm starting with one of the three where I've done at the beginning, you know, sort of whip effect. They are quite airy, as you can see, because I didn't mix my powder too thick, but I really love them. And you will see it later when I have my final result, my end result, how beautiful those patterns are. And there's the sort of, puddle pour. And look, I got this black rim at the side. And I really like it. I have it with all of them. And I think it's looking gorgeous, like it's framed. And I don't mind the clear edges as well, because I think it also adds to the depth. Really like it. So now the sort of terra flora, and this actually is my favorite design, what I've done with this pour this time. Really love the effects with the black and with the burnt orange. You know, the way its pattern is, it gives a lot of depth. And here's my 3D bloom, and I'm also very happy how this turned out. And what I did off camera, I made a rim, as you can see, and I domed my ornaments with some copper shimmer, and I think it looks really gorgeous. I think they have all a lot of depth. They have all beautiful patterns for Christmas. And look at this. This is really my favorite one, that one. I love this one. And I'm considering doing this again, you know, just with the terra flora technique, sort of, because I think the pattern is beautiful. Okay, and with this, I show you now the flower also a little bit closer. It looks a little bit blurry because of all this shimmer, but it's not. You can see it now. However, with this, I love and leave you. I thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Take good care of yourself. Bye-bye.